Hey guys, you're welcome back again to the channel. You guys remember what we said last time, that I'm going to be doing more of sit-down videos and then more of hide my identity series. And so you guys are welcome back again. If you're just seeing my face for the first time, hi lovely, you're welcome. Please subscribe to join the family. Okay, so because I'm just starting back again, I really don't have like people's posts or stories that they want me to share. But henceforth, moving forward, I'm going to post it on my community and on Facebook so that you guys can drop your hide my identity series like stories so that I can share them for you. Okay, give my own advice and then subsequently. So for now, I'm using the one I got on Facebook, So I'm going to read it out now, and then later on we can now give our advice. But please remember to do it respectfully. People will not make the same mistakes like you did, and you will not make the same mistake like other people. So it's best if we are respectful about it. Even if you feel like that person was being too childish, too stupid, or too whatever, just have it in your mind. But give your comments or drop your advice respectfully. So the story goes like this. Hi, good afternoon. This is my first post here. I'm 21 this year, and I have read a lot of stories about marriages here that is making me disdain marriage. Most especially my mom's marriage. Sad. She's a single parent, and I can tell how much it affected her. Before my dad died, he was an absent father, a bitter and a chronic cheat. This made my mom to become aggressive. She takes out her frustration on us, always reminding us how useless her father was. There's no day she doesn't shout. We are always scared anytime it's 5 o'clock, because that's the time she comes home. Poverty makes everything worse, as we hardly feed 3 times daily. I'm presently in the university, and the money I used to pay my tuition is borrowed, and some from people that knows about my admission and feels like supported. This has made me to become withdrawn and suicidal. Suicidal thoughts have crossed my mind many times. I'm not happy, but I've always consoled myself that I won't end up like my mom, because I think things would have been better if my mom married a good man. No father figure, nobody to call daddy. I always envy those who have fathers. All these have fueled my determination to marry right. But ever since I joined this group, it's mostly about marriage issues. Divorce here and there on social media, hide my identity relationships, no good marriage to point out. Please, if you have a good marriage, can you share? I'm tired of seeing failed marriages. I need something to look up to. And look at me here with failed marriage, coming to give advice. First of all, no marriage is perfect. There's no marriage now that you say, oh, everything is just going fine, everything they say and do is just the same thing, blah 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 blah. It's not true. If anybody is telling you that, that person is lying. There are ups and downs in marriages. Okay, you fight, you make up. The important thing is that they're still making up, and the important thing is that they still find happiness. The important thing is that they are happy. There is no chronic cheater. There is no chronic bitter in the relationship or in the marriage. That's the important thing. I'm so sorry about how your mom's marriage went. I mean, it's the first, when you have children, the first thing they see about marriage, the first thing they experience about marriage is from their parents, right? So when they see their father, I grew up with my mom and my dad, and to be honest, I'm not saying that they didn't quarrel most times, but their marriage was one thing I envisioned for myself. Their marriage was one thing I always wanted for myself. I felt my parents had good marriage. Like, you will not, first of all, for my father, you will not believe that he's an African man. My mom had us, just me and my sister, 2 girls. And you guys know this stigma associated in an African home or in Nigeria where a woman doesn't have a son. Like, you don't have a seat in your husband's house. That's what everybody will tell you. Okay, me that have a son, where is the seat? So, but then, my parents had really good marriages that I always looked up to them, and they inspired me. My mom worked from home. Like, my mom had some businesses that she did. She wasn't working a white collar job. No, it was my dad that had a white collar job. My mom was doing too many businesses. Okay, so but most time before my dad would even come back from work, my mom is already home. We've prepared the home, cleaned everywhere for him. Dad is coming. We are not cleaning all this place, because if he comes back and see that the whole place is scattered, that he's going to carry knife and start choking everybody or start verbally abusing anybody. No. He will come back. Sometimes that you come and say, look at how this my house is. He will carry broom and will start flogging the house, like sweeping the house, but be doing it in a strong way that will be like, This man, if you want to flog us, just carry Ken and flog us. Don't come and be flogging the house like it's the house that did anything to you. So he'll clean it himself. I will not say anything. And then we'll not bring our food. And we always ate together. So I'm giving you this background story so you know that I grew up in a home where I saw my father and I saw my mom. Okay, and they were really good friends. Everything my dad would tell my mother. Even the ones that would be like, keep something for yourself now. So they, even us, the children, we knew how much his salary were. And we knew the time his salary was coming in. Which Nigerian man would do that? You get me? So now I grew up in this kind of family, but look at how my own turned out. I thought mine would be the same. I tried. I mean, let me not just make it look like it's just me. We both tried to see if it would work, but it didn't work. Now, I understand that these things have effect on the children. But do you know that instead of staying in an abusive marriage, instead of staying in an abusive relationship where your children will get to see their father abuse their mother or look down on their mother, either verbally, psychologically, physically, or even financially, these things have impact on the children. And when they grow up, they grow up and they have that mentality. That's what they know about marriage. And they now have this fear for marriage, which is exactly what you're going through. Like you said, your father was a chronic cheater, a chronic bitter, everything was just chronic. And then God helped you. Well, sorry. Let me not say it that way. And then he died. And now your mom lived miserably. You didn't mention how many you guys were. And that advice I have for women is, please give birth to children as much as you can handle, just in case of incasity. Nobody prays for anything bad. But let's just say you have 6 children, and then boom, something happened, and one of your spouse is gone. How are you going to cope? Most of when that one is the major breadwinner in the family, how are you going to cope with 6 children? And before you know it, this one go that way, this one go that, and you scatter the whole family. But if you have as many children as you can take care of, if anything happens, you can still take care of these children. It might not be with the way that you would have done it collectively, but you're not going to frustrate yourself and the children. So please, girl, just understand that your mom didn't hate you people, but she was frustrated. Imagine sharing responsibility. All of a sudden, you're the one bearing the whole responsibility. It's not easy, okay? And this thing associated to a woman who has lost her husband, she can't really go to her friends for help because they'll see her like, your husband have died now, you're using style to enter my own. It is not easy. And please don't have this fear for marriage. Just look out for a good man. There are great marriages. There are people who are happy in their marriages. There are people who are thriving. So because you're hearing stories had my identity here and there doesn't mean that all marriages are the same. Doesn't mean that all marriages are crashing. No. And I pray that you're going to find a good man. Yes, you are going to find a good. All you need to do is open your eyes. Open it like this and search very well. You know, look out very, very well so that you can get a good partner. Because if you don't, God forbid, you will get a good partner. So thank you so much for watching this video. You guys, if you have any other thing to say, please drop it in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Until then,